Ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Sausalito!
All right. Thank you so much. So, first, let me start out by saying I am not a gold star anything, not a gold star family, blue star, red star, no stars, not a police person, although I have an incredible amount of reverence for these people. And the older that I get, the more appreciation that I have for all of them and how brave they have been. And I hope that in my own little way, I'm trying to contribute back to this country that I love so much. I am just a person that yells things into his phone. That is pretty much what I do. I wasn't sure how I could contribute back to this great country of America, so I figured that the best way to do it was to deliver the truth in a digestible way. So I'd like to start off first by saying thank you so much for your attention, and thank you for being here. We all appreciate that you guys love America so much that not only would you wake up this early, but you would come out here and enjoy this type of content and then go out in the world reinvigorated with it. So I sincerely appreciate your time, and I promise you that I will not waste it. For those who don't already know, I am Bobby Sausalito, aka Bobby Sauce, most commonly known on Instagram as @takenaps. I make political satire videos on the interwebs so that we can laugh at how dumb the world is while it burns to the ground. Okay, so it all started. So I've been a web developer. I've been an internet entrepreneur and web developer for the last 13 years. And the way this story goes is I always kind of knew that there was more to me than building websites for small and medium-sized businesses. I knew that I had some magic there, but I wasn't sure exactly what or how it would manifest. On August 20th of 2020, I had about 1,000 Instagram followers. I made an Instagram video after the first night of the Democratic National Convention, and I was like, wow, that was the most insane, dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I was so frustrated. I was like, this is so stupid. I have to do something. Most of my friends didn't really care about this type of conversation or this type of content, so I was like, what am I going to do? I'm just going to yell in my phone, get it off my chest. That'll be the end of it. I had 1,000 followers on Instagram. The next morning I woke up. The video had 60,000 views, and I had accumulated over 5,000 followers overnight. And I was like, oh God, they're gonna kill me. I'm gonna lose all my clients. They're gonna think I'm a Donnie, xenophobic, I don't know. They're gonna freak out. So I thought to myself, could I do it again? So 2 days later, I made another video, this time about Lori Lightfoot, who I've dubbed LL Uncool J because she's the worst mayor in America, other than Bill de Blasio. Thank God he's gone. Anyways, so that video got about 56,000 views overnight, and I was like, wow, could you believe that? By this point, I had almost 9,000 followers. So I was like, what if I made a video every day until the election and see what happens? I had been building websites, was an entrepreneur for many years, and I was like, what could it hurt? So I decided to make a video every day to the election and see what happened. So every single day leading up to the election, it was like the content was hot. It was like you would make a piece of content and everybody was consuming that type of media. They were consuming political content. The videos were going nuclear. I was getting 20, 30, 40,000 hits on every video I was making. So I basically stopped building websites, something that had been kind of my pride and joy for my entire adult life. And I decided I'm going to make these videos full-time into the election and see what happens. As it started getting closer to election day, I was like, oh my God, lots of laughs. Donnie is gonna absolutely wipe the floor with this clown. This dude is basically dead. No one supports this guy. I've never seen a Build Back Better hat. This guy's basically deceased. How could he possibly win this election? It's like, what a joke. So the guy's like, he's having political rallies. There's like 15 people there. They're in a circle. There's another guy 10 circles away. Jim Acosta's there. He's like, Joe, I love you. There's 15 people at his rallies. The guy didn't even know what he's doing. He's at a church with 10 people. He takes his diaper down. He talks to them. He's like spitting particles on them. It was stupid. So I was like, wow, this is ridiculous. This guy's gonna lose so bad. I'm gonna make so many videos. This is gonna be hilarious. And then I'm gonna watch Donnie wipe the floor with this guy. And then we're gonna just ride off into the sunset. Another 4 years of prosperity. So election night comes, and we're, as like all of you, I'm sure we're sitting there watching the election. And we're just like, oh, did you say a pipe burst in the middle of the night? Oh, like an upside down troll came and voted 6 times. My dead grandfather voted 15 times. So maybe he won, maybe he didn't. Can't say that. They're gonna censor me. Don't cancel me. So I was like, this is believable. So anyhow, after the election, I'm like, all right, well, is Donnie's gonna come back? He's gonna save it. Donnie's gonna save it. He's gonna do it. He's smart. He knew about the election machines. He knew about all this stuff years in advance. He's gonna come back and he's gonna save the day. And everyone online was like, hold the line, hold the line. And I was like, everybody be calm. Donnie knows what's going on. He's gonna save it. The days go on and they're like, Joe won. He's got the office of the president-elect. Everybody's like, don't worry about it. He's not gonna get in. As it progresses, we lead up to January 6th. Come to DC, big show. It's gonna be a big thing. Everything's gonna happen. Pence is gonna save the day. And you're like, wow, all right, here we go. I may or may not have gone there. I didn't go there, I don't know. I may or may not have gone, I don't know. If I was to go, it would have seemed like it would have been pretty invigorating. Hundreds of thousands of people, every single person peacefully marching down the street. And then all of a sudden, it starts to get kind of weird. I hear, supposedly, allegedly. And you're like, what is going on? Like, somebody's inside. They're getting Pelosi's laptop. Why would they do that? That doesn't make any sense. Why would they do that? Why are they inside? What's going on? Next thing you know, it's like the whole world is like, oh my God, this invasion, it's an insurrection. They tried to take over the government. I'm like, I didn't see any weapons. It didn't really seem like a well-organized insurrection. A couple crazy people. They're obviously stupid. So anyways, after that day, I was like, you know, it really is kind of looking like we're going to get Shanghai Joe. This kind of sucks. So, yep, I said it. Anyways. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna continue making content, and then January 20th, if he gets in, then I guess I got free content for the next 4 years. Like I can play the violin on the Titanic while we crash into the iceberg and die. So they're like, look, he's elected, the motorcade, the military's not facing him, he's on the motorcade, the military's in charge, Donnie's in charge, Donnie's in a pineapple under the sea with Pompeo, they're paging Starlink, Elon Musk is there, Elon's gonna come, Donnie is a time-traveling robot, he's gonna come from under the sea, and he's gonna save America. You'll see, wait, hold the line, the fences around the Capitol building, all the fences, barbed wire, it's to keep them in. It's to keep them in, not to keep us out. Watch out, Donnie's gonna come, Pompeo, Black Hawk, gonna come down, arrest Pelosi, they're all going to Gulag, Donnie's the president, America is safe. Yeah, so that did not happen, unfortunately. And everything is trash now, so great. That's what they said he was gonna do it, but he didn't do it, great. So anyways, so I was like, okay, cool. Kind of didn't think that was gonna go that way. Then, as you know, for the last however many months, the world has just been a literal bag of garbage. Now, this has been good for me, I suppose, because the jokes are free. I wake up, CNN, they're like, Kamala, look at this lady's insane. Joy Reid, Misery Reid, as I like to call her. Misery Behar, also very terrible. Don Lime, terrible. So they're all bad. The jokes write themselves, the world is garbage, and that's basically what we're dealing with right now. So, I got a piece of paper, wrote this speech, I got my face on my shirt. Who does that? I don't even understand why I would do that. So I'm gonna come in hot. This is the Bobby Sausalito Gettysburg Address. You're witnessing history right now, so thanks for being here, really do appreciate it. I do believe that I'm a little bit more than just stupid jokes. I got a little bit in the brain bag there, but so hopefully you get a little bit of enjoyment out of this speech. I do think that it brings a little value, and I guess we'll see. So, because I was like, before this next paragraph, I was like, I better soften them up a little bit. So this line, here we go. This is just pure gold. I'm gonna clap your cheeks with a few facts, tickle your brain bag, and shove a Fauci booster directly into your dirt star, and hopefully light you up so you'll somersault into 2022, hopefully ready to Kool-Aid Man through the nearest wall to help save America. Boom, 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 it's fire. All right, okay. All right, cool, great, good start. Here we go. First, let's start with the obvious. Joseph, Garbinet, Marionette, Brimming Depends, Weekend at Bernie's. Hunter got a blood diamond. Byron, AKA Joey Choco Chip, the alleged president, supposedly leading the free world with Barry in his earpiece, is not currently residing here on the Earth's crust. Woke policies are garbage. The world is upside down in a mass psychosis. Joe Rogan is the most influential person on Earth right now. The radical left wants to destroy America. Wokeism is a disease, and the mainstream media is the virus. Yep, big facts, large facts. Here we go. The corona clap is real, but the reaction is totalitarian, and most of our supposed leaders are feckless clowns beholden to much larger entities, primarily financial ones, and their allegiance is to themselves, their wallet, and their ability to remain prominent in the public eye. They seek to stay drenched in power and out of the targets of the monsters whom they serve, who will ultimately eat them whenever they lose their purpose. Now, let's start with how we got here. Buckle up, beanbags. Okay, there we go. The world is run by a very small group of powerful individuals. International banking cartels, shadowy, multi-generational family units, hell-bent on complete and total control of the world. Its people, its politics, and money. They likely believe that they know better than us. They are better than us, and thus they should control how the world is run, allegedly. The vast majority of our fellow human beings do not pay attention to the primary functions of how the world works, nor do they believe that they have a place in it where they could influence great change. Most people are woefully and willfully unaware of what is happening around them, and they spend most of their time living their life, trying to enjoy it as best they can, and following the direction of the tribe, as to not stand out or be noticed outside the general flow of things. Most people find it easier to be on what appears to be the winning team, so they conform to the will of the group as a way to dismiss their own power and responsibility to output greatness to the world on a regular basis. The vast majority of people consume their information through a very limited and filtered group of sources, which are owned, controlled, influenced, monitored, and tailored by the exact same entities that seek to control the way you think. The traditional mainstream media, television, newspapers, magazines, books, radio, television, talk shows, movies, production studios, and all traditional information distribution points are secured, bought, and paid for, including their many employees who are financially beholden to the structure in one way or the other, and typically choose their own financial interests and security over the betterment of the public. The last bastion of free thought and ideas is the internet, the great equalizer, the world-changing free market where everyday individuals and great ideas can thrive. Naturally, this last and final free thought distribution hub represents the greatest threat to the narrative, as unlike in-person interaction, it allows great ideas to spread quickly, inexpensively, and to more people faster than any other distribution of thought that has ever existed in the history of human existence. The ultimate threat to control is unity. The only thing that can save the world is the truth. We are fighting an intellectual war, perhaps the first of its kind at such a large scale. The free distribution of thought and discussion will ultimately solve all the world's problems, as conversations are how human beings evolve and grow. These conversations are actively being suppressed by our big tech overlords and the large multinational corporations who finance their operation through advertising dollars. Our mission is to utilize these platforms to obtain the greatest distribution of our message, diversify outflows of our opinions, and press forward strategically, regardless of the obstacles. How am I doing so far? Cool. All right. Humanity will be saved by thought. Small groups of like-minded individuals who relentlessly promote the cause of liberty, free speech, truth, justice, and love will be the forefathers of the future. The statues of whom future generations aspire to be like are being assembled today in the form of media distribution. The statues of tomorrow are the content of today. Say that again. The statues of tomorrow are the content of today. That's pretty good. Come on, that's pretty good. All right. Just saying. Pretty good, just saying. Okay. Very humble. Humble. Never in human history have your words and actions had the ability to remain cemented in time with such clarity as they are right now. The recorded word, video, audio, image, and text of today will be emblazoned into the future of human existence far beyond what we can even comprehend in this moment. With just today's technology, more data than you could output in an entire lifetime can be stored on a memory crystal smaller than your hand and preserved for billions of years. That's right, a small crystal the size of a stack of postage stamps can hold hundreds of terabytes of data. More than you could fit in an entire library can be held on a small crystal and preserved for billions of years, which means that you could take all of this data, video, audio, recorded text, whatever, put it on one of these crystals, send it to the International Space Station, and the information that you output, the media that we output, could exist until the end of time. Think about how powerful that is. Think about that. Wouldn't you love to watch a video of your grandfather holding his phone up, telling you about his thoughts in his 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s? Imagine if you could watch a video of George Washington. Well, here's a newsflash. They're going to be able to do that. What we say and what we record right now and what we put out onto the internet will exist far beyond any piece of media has ever existed in the history of time. In high definition, a video of George Washington the night before the last battle on his phone, like, are we going to win this? I mean, think about how powerful that is. Could you imagine if that was it? But anyways, I'm just saying, this is crazy. Very crazy. The sheer power of our words and actions in this moment in time are beyond measure. If we could only understand the severity and longevity our words and thoughts actually possess, we would change the way we speak. We would change the way we think. Nearly all great historical figures, especially those for which we have the most reverence, have started out as relatively insignificant, unknown, and average folks that decided to be great. It is likely that most of them were unaware of how important they were to human history, much like many of us overlook and dismiss our own significance. We condition ourselves with the mental pacifier that we are not worthy, we are not capable, or we don't know where we fit into the greater picture, and thus we should do nothing. This uncertainty is expected, acknowledged, and hopefully quickly shelved as we seek to solve the problems that we can solve, control the things that we can control, and output the greatest ever-evolving version of ourselves until the day we die. We grossly under-index to our capacity constantly losing the battle with ourselves. It is only when we realize this daily fight that we can begin to control it. No matter who you are, your greatness is unmatched, limitless, and defined purely and simply by your daily actions, the decisions you make from day to day, moment to moment, and your effort. All great things have begun with a single thought, and all great movements have begun with a small group of like-minded individuals who believed what they were fighting for was right. For it is the invisible hand and spirit of the universe that causes the road to rise to meet us. By thinking, acting, moving, executing, and striving to help create a better world, your seemingly insignificant actions will leave an indelible and ever-expanding impact on the world that is impossible to measure. This life is a game, and those who choose to play to win are the only ones who can. That also is fire. I'm just saying. Just saying, write it down. It'll be on the video. Okay. This life is a game, and those who choose to play to win are the only ones who can. True. Your words are powerful. Your dollars are powerful. Your ideas are powerful. Your attention and your focus will determine your destiny. Can you do it? With certainty. Will you do it? That is only for you to determine. The spirit of America is rooted in altruism, whether it be our divine creator, the forefathers of America, our ancestors, our parents, or the many brave souls who came before us. Our duty to them is to carry the torch, to be as brave as they were, to never give up, to never relent, to sacrifice, and to fight for a better world with every last breath we have. The problem is clear, but the solution is you. Who will you tell? What will you say? How will you live? And what will you leave behind? My dad once told me to be careful what you say because you are listening. That one also is fire, I'm just saying. That one is absolutely filthy. My mom said, as long as we're here, we might as well dance. My brother said, the things we can see are the least real, also fire. And the leader of the free world said, all men and women created by the you know the thing. True actual quote, literal quote from this person. What is going on? Oh my God. The world is trash. Okay. All right. My friends, comedy is the Trojan horse for the truth. Each of us working together towards a common goal is the only solution that can ever work. The world is changed by individuals. In this upside down, backwards, and confusing garbage world, things are actually still pretty great. We woke up today. My parents have a sign in their living room that reads, "The only disability in life is a bad attitude." There are only two emotions, fear and love. Choose love, and success is inevitable. Thank you guys so much for your time. I very much appreciate it.